In the icy expanse of the Arctic, where the air bites and the ground crunches beneath the weight of snow, a solitary figure emerges, a polar bear, a majestic creature of the wild, now caught in a struggle for survival. But this is no ordinary bear. As it lumbers across the frozen landscape, its once pristine white fur is marred by an unsightly affliction, a horrific barnacle wound that tells a tale of nature's cruel indifference. The bear, a symbol of strength and resilience, now bears the scars of a battle against an unseen enemy, and the sight is enough to chill even the most hardened observer. This grotesque wound is not merely a blemish. It is a grotesque reminder of the harsh realities faced by wildlife in a world increasingly shaped by human actions. Barnacles, those seemingly innocuous crustaceans, are the unwelcome guests that have made a home on this bear's skin. They cling tightly, their hard shells forming a jagged, barnacle-laden armor that disrupts the bear's natural beauty and threatens its very existence. These marine organisms, often found clinging to boats and rocks, have found an unusual host in the polar bear, taking advantage of its habitat and the changing conditions brought on by climate change. As the ice melts and the waters rise, the bear's environment shifts, creating a perfect breeding ground for these opportunistic parasites. The barnacles feast on the bear's flesh, burrowing into its skin, creating open wounds that ooze and fester. The bear, once a powerful predator, now struggles against this infestation, a living testament to the fragility of life in the wild. The barnacle infestation is not just a physical ailment. It is a manifestation of the interconnectedness of life and the consequences of human impact on the environment. As we delve deeper into the biology of these crustaceans, we discover that they are not merely pests. They have a fascinating life cycle. Starting as free-swimming larvae, they drift through the water until they find a suitable surface to attach themselves to. In the case of this polar bear, the warm, soft skin becomes a perfect canvas for their insatiable appetite. Once anchored, they extend feathery appendages to filter feed on plankton, further exacerbating the bear's suffering as they draw nutrients from its body. In the stillness of a fog-laden morning, a striking white horse stands in a pasture, its coat gleaming like moonlight against the encroaching shadows. Yet, upon closer inspection, a horrific sight reveals itself. A grotesque barnacle wound, a testament to nature's relentless grip. This is not merely a wound. It is a battleground, a dark testament to the parasitic world that exists beneath the surface. As the camera zooms in, the viewer is drawn into the unsettling reality of barnacle infestation, a phenomenon that can transform the majestic into the macabre. These tiny crustaceans, often associated with the ocean's depths, have found an unexpected host in our equine friend. Barnacles, with their hard calcareous shells, latch onto surfaces with an iron grip, feeding off the nutrients they siphon from the surrounding tissue. In this case, the horse's skin becomes a canvas for their insatiable hunger as they burrow in and create a grotesque landscape of growth. The once pristine white coat is marred by an array of barnacles, each one a grotesque little monster, feeding and multiplying. The wound is not just a physical affliction, it is a stark reminder of the invasive nature of life, where survival often comes at a horrific price. As we delve deeper into the science, we learn that barnacles are not inherently malevolent. They are simply creatures following their instincts, seeking nourishment and a place to thrive. Yet, in their quest, they can cause significant harm to their host, leading to infections, pain, and even death. This relationship, while symbiotic in nature, illustrates a darker truth about our world. Nature is not always gentle. It is a cycle of life that can be brutal and unforgiving, where the line between predator and prey blurs. In a twist of irony, as humans, we often find ourselves in similar predicaments, entangled in our own acts of consumption and exploitation. Just as the barnacles cling to the horse, we cling to resources, often at the expense of other beings. The barnacle's relentless grip serves as a metaphor for our own struggles with balance in nature, a reminder that our actions have consequences, not just for ourselves, but for the myriad of lives we share this planet with. So, the next time you admire a horse galloping freely, remember the hidden battles it may face. And perhaps, just perhaps, give a thought to the barnacles that are just trying to make a living, albeit in the most grotesque way possible. After all, in the grand scheme of life, we're all just trying to stick around, even if it means sticking it to someone else. In the heart of the African savanna, a haunting sight emerges, a majestic white lion, a creature of beauty and power, now marred by a grotesque affliction. This lion, once a symbol of strength, now bears a horrific barnacle wound, a chilling reminder of nature's darker side. As the camera zooms in, the viewer is drawn into the unsettling reality of this magnificent beast. Its once pristine fur, now a canvas for a gruesome infestation. The barnacles, small crustaceans that typically cling to rocks and ships, have found an unlikely host in this regal predator. They latch onto the lion's skin, burrowing in with a tenacity that is both fascinating and repulsive. Each barnacle, a tiny fortress of chitin, creates a painful wound, a grotesque reminder of the relentless struggle for survival in the wild. As we delve deeper into the biology of these barnacles, we uncover their insidious nature. They thrive in environments where they can anchor themselves, often at the expense of their host. In this case, the white lion, a creature that should reign supreme, is reduced to a mere host for these parasitic invaders. The barnacles feed on the lion's flesh, drawing nutrients from its body, causing infection and suffering. This infestation is not just a physical ailment, it is a metaphor for the harsh realities of life in the wild, where beauty and brutality coexist in a delicate balance. Yet, as we observe this tragic scene, a dark twist emerges. The barnacle infestation serves as a stark reminder of humanity's impact on nature. Our actions, pollution, habitat destruction, and climate change have far-reaching consequences, often manifesting in the suffering of innocent creatures. The white lion, a victim of circumstance, reflects the plight of many species pushed to the brink by human interference. In a world where we often see ourselves as the apex predators, we must confront the uncomfortable truth. We are also the architects of suffering. As the camera pulls away from the lion, we are left with a lingering question in our quest for dominance. Have we become the barnacles, clinging to the very fabric of nature, draining it of its vitality? Perhaps it is time to reflect on our role in this intricate web of life, where every action has a consequence, and every creature, no matter how small, in the shadowy depths of the jungle, where the sun barely pierces through the thick canopy, a haunting sight emerges, a white tiger, majestic yet grotesque, draped in a shroud of suffering. This creature, once a symbol of beauty and grace, now bears the scars of a horrific barnacle wound, a testament to nature's cruel indifference. As the camera zooms in, the viewer is confronted with the unsettling reality of barnacle infestation, a phenomenon that transforms this real beast into a living canvas of decay. The barnacles, small crustaceans that typically cling to rocks and ships, have found an unlikely host in the tiger's fur, creating a grotesque spectacle that is both fascinating and repulsive. Each barnacle, resembling a tiny fortress, burrows into the tiger's skin, feeding on its flesh and drawing sustenance from its very life force. The sight is enough to make even the most hardened viewer recoil in horror, yet it serves as a stark reminder of the relentless cycle of life and death in the animal kingdom. As we delve deeper into the biology of this infestation, we uncover the dark intricacies of the barnacle's life cycle. These creatures, often overlooked in the grand tapestry of nature, are opportunistic parasites, thriving in environments where they can latch on to unsuspecting hosts. The white tiger, with its thick fur and vulnerable skin, becomes an ideal breeding ground for these relentless invaders. The barnacles secrete a powerful adhesive, allowing them to cling tightly to their host, making removal nearly impossible. As they multiply, they create a grotesque colony, a living testament to the harsh realities of survival in the wild. The tiger, once the apex predator, now finds itself at the mercy of these tiny tyrants, a chilling reminder of how quickly the balance of power can shift in nature. Yet, as we observe this tragic tableau, a moral emerges from the darkness. The barnacle infestation serves as a metaphor for the human impact on the natural world. Just as these crustaceans exploit the tiger's vulnerability, humans often exploit the environment, leaving scars that may never heal. The irony is palpable. In our quest for progress, we may be the barnacles, clinging to the earth and draining its resources, oblivious to the damage we inflict. As the camera pans out, revealing the tiger's plight against the backdrop of a fading wilderness, we are left to ponder our role in this intricate web of life. Perhaps, in our pursuit of beauty and dominance, we should remember that we are all part of the same ecosystem, and the consequences of our actions can be as grotesque as the barnacles on the tiger's back. After all, in the grand scheme of nature, we may just be the unwitting parasites of our own making.